Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant.
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version. All right, Paulie, let's go. All right, listen, y'all. Just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez. That's better. Where'd I go?
Good morning. Buenos dias. Hey, it's Paulie. It is the Latino slant, and buen dia, bon dia to you, to you, to you, to you. Wow, you know, this Monday morning show was gonna be like, just nice, good news, talk about our charity efforts. Nice, nice, nice. And it still is. It still is. Because that good news is going to be shared with my amigos from Midnight's Edge. Andre and hopefully Tom will join us in about 30 minutes to deliver some great news to you guys. And you guys are actually responsible for that great news. Pero antes, it's become a manic show. I took the weekend off, and lo and behold, locura. The Wokosos came alive. The Wokosos, they possessed one of my favorite actors of all time. And the Wokosos are trying to stifle people's freedom in another country. Pero it's nothing new, my friends. So we're going to talk also to the Wokosos are at it again with Lin Manual Miranda. So we got some great news to cover. I got some great guests for this morning show, special morning show, and I'm thinking I'll be doing a morning Mexican show maybe every 2 weeks. We'll see. But before we bring in our good buddy, the T-shirted historian, is in the green room. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Big Steve, yo. Rick Sanchez, I'll be wearing no wig. I just got a haircut last week, but I got my one of my new hats on. Lord Thoth, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you here this morning. Just another red shirt. Hola, ¿qué tal, mi amigo? And the great Dee Myers. Dee, you are a fantastic member of the channel. And Bud Boy is going to be coming on later as well. And look at our buddies, Accidental Tourist, Pete Den Cat. All right. Hey, gang, loving the pork pie. Hey, thank you. I love it too. This hat, guys, Mrs. Slant did not want me to get this hat. She picked out another hat, but I said, I'm going to buy two. I'm going to buy both of them. I told the hat guy, give me. I actually bought 4. Okay, one's a gift. One was for Mrs. Slant. 2 were for me. It was a treat to myself. So this is it right here. Okay, who else do we got? Elijah. So where's the flautas? Oh, man. Flautas. There was a very great restaurant called Cito's in East LA on Evergreen, and they had the best flautas. It was a family that did them. Unfortunately, Cito's is gone, but man, whenever someone says flautas, I think that Hypnotic in Rapture. Hola, and look, we got our first super chat gift from Raj H. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much. and it's great to have everyone here. The hipsters killed that hat for me. Well, you know what? I'm not a hipster. I'm a hepster. Those are the jazz musicians back in the day, Miles Davis and Dizzy Gillespie, and they would create the language, on their musical instruments called jazz, and they were hip cats. I'm a hip cat. I ain't no hipster shoe. Anyways, thank you all for being here. So, everyone knows their Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to counsel. You have all these rights. Correct? But do you know the new Miranda right that I'm going to give you guys? This is a call to the Latinos here, right? Because we're this Latino nation, but I'm calling all Latinos. Pay attention. All right? Lin Manual Miranda has several more movies on the way, building off his songwriting for Moana. He's composing music for Disney's Encanto, set for release November 24th, 2021. In addition, Miranda composed music for animated movie Vivo, another 2021 release, Disney's live action The Little Mermaid. That movie doesn't have a release date yet, so that is 3 new projects we have here. Encanto, Vivo, Little Mermaid. However, Miranda makes his directorial feature debut with Tick, Tick, Boom, based on the Broadway musical from Rent's creator, Jonathan Larson. Tick, Tick, Boom releases in select theaters and on Netflix late 2021. So in addition to Hamilton being made for the screen, that's 5 new projects Lin Manuel Miranda is involved in. I've already heard the music to Encanto. I love it. Think of all the work that Lin Manuel has created. Just off of what I said. Those 5 projects, all the doors, all the opportunities, all the diversity that he is bringing in with him. Because when you bring in one successful Latino, you bring in a community, you bring in la gente, you bring in la raza, right? Because he represents the hopes and dreams of the community when it's done right? We're not talking about the material. We're just talking about, people pioneers. Okay, so with the news that I just read you, right? With the news that I just read you, let's bring it back up so you guys can read it, and I'll talk over it. And T-shirt, you're going to come in right after this. With the news that I just read to you, look at this news. 5 different projects Miranda is involved in, and they all just happen to be coming out like this year, maybe next year. What do you think the response was from the Latino community on Twitter, on social media, and those outlets? What do you think it was an upswell of support and love this weekend for Lin Manuel Miranda? What do you think? What do you think the Wokosos did when they read all this news? I'll tell you what they did. Oh, why is he getting all the jobs? Why is it just Lin Manuel Miranda that's getting all the work? There's other Latinos that are just equally qualified. We want equity. Why is this happening? In what world do we live in where the only Latino representation, Latinx representation is Lin Manuel Miranda? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I know, man. It was a horrible responses. Not one response, several responses. of people dogging Miranda. What's wrong with these people? Well, we know what's wrong with these people. We can't make them happy. Shoot, make yourself happy. Bean shit. So, let me see what we have here. Yeah, let's show that. So I got thrown off by what was said. What was reading the comments for a second. For a second. Maybe he's currently down. Buenos días. Que vos envy, hermano. Envy. Well, envy or not, I have a new Miranda right for all the Latinos that are working in the entertainment business. But this is just a good thing for our community to remember, because you know people always wonder why haven't they succeeded here? Why haven't they succeeded there? Well, here is the new rule, the new Miranda right. Here, let me get this ready for you. Here's the new Miranda right, because I'm sick and tired of Latinos putting down other Latinos. Here's a new rule. There shall be no public flogging of another Latino's success. New Miranda right. There shall be no public flogging of another Latino's success. It's very simple, guys. It's very simple. You have a problem with someone coming up and their success, you keep your mouth shut. You talk to them in private. If you have that influence. If you don't, go create your own damn thing. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of people putting down other successful people. I mean, if they're doing bullshit stuff, and we'll get to that in a second, that's one thing. The old Johnny Legs lost it. I know that's one thing. But with Miranda and Johnny Legs, I'm not going to put down their success. I might have problems with their political leanings, but that's something different. We can be constructive. We can have a talk, a dialogue, a discourse. I'm talking about trifling Wokosos who don't do shit with their lives. Putting down Lin Manual Miranda. I've said this before, and I probably am going to have to say it again, guys. Can you imagine putting down someone, a creator such as Lin Manuel? What is wrong with you guys? Slap it up, Wokosos. I'll smack your faces up. So that's the new rule. And really quick, I know we got we have two guests here, and I got to get them in. But before that, RC from the NYC, our Dominican brother, $5. Thank you. Good morning, Paulie. Good morning, chat. Hope everyone was well. I'm at work, so I can't chat, but we'll have this stream going on in the background. Well, I think you're gonna be entertained. We have a lot of people here. JS, Orville Nation, PJ. Let me read one more, and then we'll get to our guests. The Wokosos are too stupid to realize they're Latinos everywhere in Hollywood and most industries. Well, yeah, yes, Hypnotic, and that the ones that are reaching the highest, Broadway, a movie opening up, to have your movie open up nationwide. This is the highest of the highest. And you know how they've treated Miranda. So let's just do this one more time, guys. Here's the new rule. There shall be no public flogging of another Latino's success. And this is, I'm saying this directly to Latinos. So Latino Nation, hold up. Gabachos, hold up. Chinos, hold up. Okay? My African-American brothers and sisters, hold up. Este es para que los Latinos solamente. That's it. New Miranda rule. You guys like it? I hope so. What's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning. How you doing, Paulie?
Good morning. Well, I'm warmed up. I'm fired up.
All right. Yeah, I'm still firing down my caffeine at the moment. So.
Everyone, it's the T-shirted historian, everybody. And I thought I know I saw Tom in the green room, and then he left. Cabron. But we have a great crowd, and I want to thank everyone for being here. And let's read one more chat real fast. I compare this behavior to the attitude of people like Olmos. It is a complete opposite in approach to life generally. Attitude of people like Olmos. I compare. Oh, okay. I guess he's saying that the way Olmos goes, that's the way to go about it. Explain, Elijah. Explain. But it doesn't end. We got more news, and a T-shirted. There's some craziness happening in Cuba.
Yeah, I've been catching up on that, and my dad, of course, was the first person to let me know about it yesterday.
Yeah, so let me just throw some softball questions to you before I go into, because I'm gonna pull up a couple of things.
Right.
Most people left Cuba or that were exiled were rich. True or false?
Mostly true.
Mostly true. Okay. So that was what they considered the first wave, right, from Castro.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Was your father part of that, as far as being wealthy?
Well, technically at the time, no.
Right.
My father's mom had just divorced. His father and my grandfather and my grandparents were divorced, and they were kind of getting along on their own. The reason my father escaped was because during the Bay of Pigs incident, he and his family were thrown into prison, and because they were accused of harboring dissidents. And in order to save my father's life, my grandmother put him on a freedom flight. So he came to the United States when he was 17 years old, had nothing.
Wow. So it pretty much became a very, strenuous dictatorship, as far as, softball wise, as far as, how the way Castro ran things, and people who he didn't really jive with. He eventually got rid of them. Not peacefully. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, my father will tell you that Che Guevara actually supervised executions at Moro Castle.
Yeah, and that absolutely, bro, absolutely. So what we're seeing here is an uprising, and what CNN's calling a rare protest. Let's just ignore the CNN headline, but it's happening. People have taken to the streets, and then there's kind of this weird suppression that those people that are taken to the streets in Miami are all Trump supporters, or those people in Cuba are all complaining about they don't want freedom. They still like their communism, right? They're just not getting all the goods. So they're actually blaming the U.S. embargo for that.
That's right.
The Wokosos. So what's your take? What's your quick hot take on that?
Well, okay. Some of the issues that Cuba has been having is because of the virus of unknown origin. The tourism for Cuba has shut down, and that has been a real crippling effect on their economy. The other thing too is, of course, they have to import everything from everywhere else. I mean, it looks really cool when they show you pictures of them driving those old 50s cars down the streets. Well, what they don't tell you is the insides of those cars, as far as the engines go, are machined and manufactured from various other cars or, whatever. They're Frankenstein cars. The only reason they're driving those things is because they don't have a choice.
Right. They're all, yeah. You see those cars in like, some of the Buena Vista Social Club album covers, like the old 40s and 50s cars, look retro, but they're jalopies. If
you see a lot of the buildings and stuff like that, the infrastructure's just been through hell. They've had all kinds of economic problems pretty much right after the takeover, because Cuba's biggest thing has always been tourism, even before Castro took over.
Sure, because it's worldwide. It's global tourism. Before I go into this this Instagram that I put up, let's all give our love and support and prayers to our friend Wendy Vega, battling brain cancer. My vision is jacked. I'm praying for Cuba. We are praying and sending you love, Wendy. Thanks for being. You know what, Wendy? I'm going to be 100% honest. I actually was thinking about you this weekend. I was like, "Where's Wendy been? Where's Wendy been?" So I'm so happy to see you in the chat. God bless you, sweetie, and everyone. Let's shower her with some love and support. So yeah, man. Cool. Well, here is a post, and let me see if we can make this brighter. T-shirted. This is a post from Puerto Rican actress Eileen Galindo, who stars in Why Women Kill. And it's a good friend of mine and Mrs. Slant. And I thought it was fascinating because you're seeing the Puerto Rican solidarity, sending out protection prayers for my Cuban brothers and sisters. When I was in Cuba in 2018, food and basic supplies were scarce unless you had dollars or cus. See you know what that is?
Cuban dollars.
Well,
I'm not
basically,
sure what you call it.
Yeah, basically the currency equivalent to the dollar traded for use with tourists. Okay. Smart, resourceful, educated people reduced to a constant hustle to make their basic needs. These the things we take for granted every day. Libertad para Cuba, Cubanita linda, La Perla del Caribe. I mean, she's going in strong here. T-shirted.
Mm-hmm. Well, Cuba has been experiencing a worsening economic crisis for the last 2 years. And that is because of U.S. sanctions and the pandemic. The inefficiencies from the pandemic is shutting down tourism and all the other sources of foreign revenue that flows through the country. They're dependent on them to import the bulk of the food, fuel, and inputs for agriculture and manufacturing in Cuba. So
it sounds like a mess. It sounds like a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like literally
it hasn't gotten better.
No, they're so dependent on everything else coming into the country that when all that stuff is cut off, they're kind of forced to try to fend for themselves, and unfortunately, their infrastructure is not designed to handle it.
Yeah. If you're just getting here, we've been talking about a couple things. We have the new Miranda rights. Do you like my Miranda rights T-shirted?
I do, actually, and I did want to comment on it if I may.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be nice.
No, hey. It's,
well, I mean, okay, you're Latino just like me, and I'm sure you're aware that there is kind of a tendency amongst Latinos to sort of cut down each other or ourselves based on success and stuff, and I don't know what that stems from. Maybe there's some undercurrent of Hispanics that think that that's being uppity or something, but that I grew up with this. Just I'm sure like you did too. I mean, I had Mexicans telling me, I was like, oh well, you're Cubans. Cubans are lazy because they're from an island country. All the island Hispanics are lazy.
Right. Yeah. We're really good at hating on each other, man.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. And my father, himself, is kind of prejudiced in his own way too. I mean, it's like we have an El Salvadorian restaurant here, serves great food. He won't eat there because his first complaint is they're dirty people. So, and of course that's not true. Of course none of that stuff is true. That's just generalizations, and we've got all these inbuilt racial prejudices in our own race.
Right. And that's where this is coming from. That's where this is coming from, because we were, and that's where this is coming from. And that's why I wanted to lead off with it really quick. But on that same tip, it's great to see people on Eileen's, because, Eileen Galindo is pretty big here. It's been a lot of stuff. People sounding off. We went to a protest today here in Florida, very peaceful. Me and other kids spoke about what we think should change. I ended with, I think it's time the young Cuban voices should speak against the injustices. Patria y viva para siempre.
Yeah, and that could be part of it too. The fact that it was people from my father's generation who, either were part of the Castro overthrow and grew up under it, and they're used to it. Well, now we're getting down to the millennial Cubans, and a lot of their complaints are things like, electricity brownouts and blackouts. That's a constant over there. So they're pissed about that.
Slantinos that are not Latino, but you are loving part of our community. Have you ever heard of anything like this before? The other Latinos just don't like each other, and you wonder why a phrase like Latinx comes in, because someone else outside of the community slaps that on us, and we're like bickering and fighting against each other. It's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts, And he's back again. Let's just bring him in here for the next story, actually. And let me just read this one last one. Well, I love, gracias, Eileen, Orlando, por todos allá. Es tiempo de un cambio, hermana. Viva Cuba libre. Patria y vida. Freedom for Cuba. I think it's great and it's important when Latino, celebs or whatever, go on and actually kind of go against the Wokoso tide, and her doing this. I think I was kind of like, a little surprised, brother. However, real fast and real fast t-shirted. I've been reading on other people's pages that are Latino, Chicano, whatever, that if you haven't visited Cuba recently, you'd be surprised. If you visited Cuba recently, you're not surprised by this.
About the uprisings.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
No,
I imagine so. I used to see videos and stuff like that from Andrew Zimmern and other people, and I was just like, you could look at the place and tell that the infrastructure is falling down. The buildings are old and collapsing, and seemingly the government doesn't seem to care very much. What's the point of having all this free healthcare and everything else if there's nobody to give it to you, or you have to wait hours and hours and hours to see somebody?
Yeah, man. Well, we'll stay with it, and maybe we'll do something on the channel, and definitely going to do it with love and support, and hopefully people stay safe, man. But let's bring in Tom from Midnight's Edge, the great Tom from Midnight's Edge. What's up, buddy?
I fell asleep back there. You took forever to let me in.
I can't hear you. You fell asleep?
I fell asleep. Took forever. What the fuck?
Hey, man, we had to go. I wanted to get through those two articles. This next one, Johnny Legs, I saw you comment on it. And then when Andre gets here, we'll bring up the good news. But how have you been, first of all?
Oh, been better, been worse. Shouldn't complain. How about you?
Been all right, man. Took the weekend off from being online a little bit. Helped a buddy out with his short film, so that was a lot of fun. Actually, it was a lot of work hours. God, you forget how brutal those things are. Even just holding the light, holding a sound thing, you're just like, oh my God.
So yeah, did you see me retweet this John Leguizamo thing? I see you're talking about it here.
I did, and I wanted actually the great T-shirted historian sent me this, so I wanted you guys to kind of like comment on this because, again, I don't know, or let me just say this: I've had huge respect for John's career, and he's always been outspoken. Most of the things I agree with. Obviously, that video that I saw on CRT, I'm not down with, and I don't know what we. I mean, it's really weird. It's really weird, guys, because I'm kind of speechless. So you guys take it away, please.
I mean, I'm a fan of his, obviously, but after I saw this video, my first thought was, oh, that's funny coming from the guy who played an Italian plumber. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
You know, and all cracks aside, I mean, we have seen this thing go back and forth, and I don't like to get into the political bullshit too much, but I think that this whole CRT thing has kind of gone way beyond politics. And it's gotten to the point where it's almost like brainwashing. It's dangerous. It's sickening in some ways. I can't even believe it's gotten to this point. I mean, I remember a few years ago when this first came out, everybody rightfully called it like ridiculous nonsense, at least from my recollection. And just it kind of kept permeating and growing. And I mean, I just don't understand why people continue to believe that this is the way to do things. I'm so sick of this, you know, equity over equality bullshit.
Well, I think what people are really frustrated with, and then I saw a lot of the comments, was how he presented his argument. It was awful. He was like, oh, don't worry about CRT. It's really academia, and it's over your heads. But your kids, man, no matter what, they're gonna come across this. And just like, what are you saying?
Where? And this is why I put this is funny coming from the guy who played a Italian plumber, because the place where I see the most inequality is still Hollywood.
Yep.
And this is where them living in this bubble is a problem. Because I brought this up time and time again. Like, most people who work in a private sector, and at least not in Washington, corporate America, and the big, corporations, or in Hollywood, don't run into these problems, have had bosses that were, not white or female, or possibly not even straight, what have you, all these things. I've had all three of those at once. So, I mean, you can't, and not only that, I've never ran into a situation where, oh, so-and-so sexually harassed so-and-so, and it became this big thing. I've never heard of that in the private sector like this. These kind of things are not a problem anywhere but in the few places I just mentioned, and it's where all these people are coming from with this. We got to push the CRT. We got to push the CRT. This is really the moment I keep saying is maybe they need to look inside in themselves and see what they're doing wrong, and see what the business they're in is doing wrong, and quit telling other people what they should do and feel, especially when you are so disconnected from the normal fucking world. And I'm sorry, like I said, I'm a fan of John Leguizamo's, but let's not forget, he has been an actor for over 30 years almost. He is not needing anything. He has not probably faced a lot of the same shit that anybody who is not in his, arena of, like, and class thing, I know, not a race thing is what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying, Tom, but he was a pioneer.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not trying to take any of that away from him at all.
No, but what I'm thinking is that pioneering attitude, right, of always being on your toes and fighting the fight, like the real fights back, as far as, what he had to go through. It's like, what are you trying to find something, bro? What's your argument here? Because, you're doing these one-man shows where you're talking about, Latino history and all this great stuff. You make great intelligent points, and then this is not it, man. This is not it. That's for me, but real fast, Mexican Iron Man 4.99. Hail brother Tom, love you. Hail t-shirted and Paulie. Hey,
love you, Mike.
No, but
What's up,
going off
Mike?
of what you just said, if anything, he should be making the points we keep making, and that is, okay, where's the representation in Hollywood? Since the Latino audience makes up the second largest portion of the entertainment viewing audience, where is this representation?
It's so weird, man. It's so weird. You know,
And
I find
movies
this
like In the Heights come out and they get nothing but just lambasted and bullshit. It's like, sorry. Anyway, Paulie, I know.
No,
I know
you saw
you're more
our new
passionate
Miranda,
than I
right?
am,
Correct?
but yeah.
Sorry.
I saw that part.
Everyone got our new Miranda rights, and which I think is important, man, because it's like, but I can disagree wholeheartedly with like Johnny Legs and still love his stuff, right? Or if he's gonna put his opinion out there, then we're gonna have some words that I don't agree with. Cool t-shirt really fast. I'm gonna bring in our other guests because actually I know they have their own big show, but we have Andre here. Hey, what's up, Jefe?
Well, he's been listening to me fucking rant.
How's it going? ¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal? Aquí estamos.
I've been channeling my anger from this video editing into that rant, just so you know.
Oh, really?
I could totally
It just
tell.
fucking crashed again, too, by the way.
Did you get it rendered out before it
No,
crashed?
but it's saved.
Fantastic.
I just got to start over.
Okay, yeah, well, all good then. Well, yeah. Hey, T-shirt, how's it going?
Hey, Andre, I'm so happy to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, likewise. I'm good, thank you. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm keeping it Cimmerian, my friend.
Well, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. So, what are we talking about today? I take it that John Leguizamo must have spoken out of turn.
Yeah, very weird video he put up. And I mean, some people are thinking of a script as like he's reading.
Do you want to just play the video?
From the conversation, it sounds like he has made a passionate defense of CRT.
It's only like a minute long.
Correct. Yeah. If someone has it pulled up.
Yeah, I do.
How much do you guys have time?
Yeah, I have a few minutes.
We got a few minutes.
Okay, because you guys were actually here to talk about some good news as far as Midnight's Edge.
We'll get to that then. Yeah.
But we're gonna get to that. But yeah, here we go. Tom, pull it up.
All right, here's the actual video that he posted.
Hey, let me ask you, you been the fuck out of shape about critical race theory? Well, the good news is you might not be a racist motherfucker. You might just be ignorant of what the hell CRT is. Basically, it's a bunch of legal scholarship and academic thinky talk that just tries to figure out what systems are in place that fuck over minorities in the U.S. in subtle ways, rather than by full-on in-your-face racism. Like, is a black person unable to get a loan that a similar white person could get because the bank loan officer is a colossal sheet-wearing racist asshole? Or is it maybe because, like a Latinxer who can't get a loan because he has no inherited property because their ancestors were dirt poor and possibly robbed of their wealth during the making of Texas and California, Nevada, and Arizona so that white people could get ahead?
I just want to point out that he's bringing up a whole lot of hypotheticals.
It's a lot.
A whole lot.
It's a lot, and this is a Monday morning, but I tagged it manic Monday morning because of this shit.
Anyway,
also,
Andre?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your thoughts, real quick.
Well, my first thought is like, whoa, he really used Latinx, didn't he? Yes. Anyone that uses the term Latinx, which I personally consider an offensive term, because Spanish, like all other Latin languages, is a gendered language. And so trying to make it anything other than that, I find to be deeply insulting. And he is someone who is, okay, I'm not going to pretend to know his detailed genetic makeup and backdrop. I don't know that. But what I do know is that he comes from a Spanish-speaking background. So he should know better than to use the term Latinx. Him using that so apologetically, so unashamedly is what I mean to say.
Unapologetically.
Yeah, thank you. I just couldn't enunciate it, but that only tells.
I can only say that once a day.
he is fully bought into the agenda that lies behind CRT, and it's an absolutely insidious agenda. No, it is not about why a black or Latino or Latina can't get alone. That's not what it's about at all. That's a fundamental misunderstanding. CRT is pure and utter pseudo-science, meaning there's no actual science there. It's pure ideology, removed from reality. It's an ideology. That's what it actually is. And secondly, it's not about revealing any injustices done towards any kind of minority population. I mean, everyone of his background are next in line after white people.
T-shirted?
Yeah.
Any thoughts real quick?
Well, wow, how to unpack all this, man.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I mean, it's just. I mean, my head hurts from having to think about this. But as far as the CRT stuff goes, let me tell you a story really quick about something a friend told me. You remember the old film Planet of the Apes, the old original one?
oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
Okay.
The best movies ever made.
Oh yeah, I agree, and I have all of them here. Well, during the filming of Planet of the Apes, you know, they had all these different actors wearing the different masks. You know, you had the chimps, you had the orangutans, and you had the gorillas. And you know, and they had all their guys and all their different makeups and stuff, right? And the makeup was, you know, kind of difficult to take off, so the guys had to wear it, you know, including to eat and everything. Well, what folks noticed is that when lunches would happen on the sets, the groups would actually break themselves down into a similar you know, subculture.
Basically,
you know, like
what you're saying is, yeah, the orangutans would eat with the orangutans, the gorillas would eat with the gorillas, and so on down the road. Yep, yeah.
That's great. Wow.
Yeah. So, you know,
it's not great, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's fundamental group psychology.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. Yes.
We were talking about that earlier, how, you know, the Salvadoranians don't like the Mexicans. Mexicans like the Cubans. The Cubans don't like the Argentinians. And no one likes the Argentinians. No, I'm just kidding. see, T-shirted got that joke. Andre's like, Tom's like,
oh, I'm muted, so.
There's a joke. There's a standing joke that Argentinians aren't real Latinos, so we all like.
Well, see, that's the problem, though, Paulie, is even guys like Andre and I have to be careful of what the fuck we laugh about.
hey, not on this show. This is not an X show. So
no, I know, but we have people out there who use it against us.
Yeah, no, it's nothing but love here, guys. And you know the thing, Tom, is that me and Tom love Johnny Legs. We have dissected a couple of his films together.
Yeah,
I just want to wrap this up and get to the good news.
Yes,
this is a complete sucker punch to me. Like this is like it got.
Are we going to finish the video at all?
I don't want to. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. I
mean, we got the gist of what he's saying.
It's everything there is to get from it. This is what I
mean.
Yeah.
You know, me and Mrs. Slant, me and Romy, you know, went to his Broadway play and stood in line to autographs, and then in his play he mentions a historical figure that Romy got to play, you know, in her film. So we were able to get them to connect, and it was a wonderful moment, and I'm never going to forget that. I want to erase what he just said. So it really hurts, and it really hurts when I know, you know, you and Chrissy, you guys got to do what you guys got to do, but it fucking hurts, man. When I saw that, I was just like, damn it. Not your reaction, because you guys were just being honest, right? Seeing him talk like that, it's just like I was just, you know, it's just, you know, surprised. I'm not surprised. Real fast, it's Courtney, one of our members here for $4.99. Hey, Paulie and friends, happy Monday indeed. This is we're off to a good start here. Mexican Iron Man, Frack, the entitled Hollywood dipshit. I never thought he was funny or talented in his stage play. Uber subbed. Whoa! Shots fired from my
Shots
offshore.
fired,
yeah. Shots fired from my
now
offshore.
we can say what kind of a hack he always was.
Wow. I don't think
I'll
okay,
give
well,
Johnny.
let me just finish this.
Go ahead,
Shots
yeah.
fired from my offshore woke destroyer. F this clown for being a lying sack of. Oh, come on, Mike.
Look, on that note, I will give John a little bit of credit that he at least kicks it off with, look, you might not be a racist if you think that CRT is a dumb thing or you don't understand it. That is at least a decent start. But yeah, yes, thank you, Mags. And hopefully we'll see you over on our show soon too. But it just, to me, him getting down that road is like, okay, you understand that not everybody might be racist that thinks that CRT is stupid, but yet you go on this diatribe about how CRT is really this thing that's really based on the individual. It has nothing to do with the institution and how things are set up. And that's what I keep bringing up. The laws are set up in a way that if you have people who are honest, there is complete equality across the board. Really. I mean, it's
how do you really feel?
Yeah, it really just boils down to the person who's making these decisions. And granted, yes, from time to time, you're going to run into a situation where somebody's a raging asshole or a racist. But the odds of that happening are so fucking slim that they really need to step back and look at it for a minute here, because I'm really getting sick and tired of this crap. It goes also on the other end of, like I said, yes, Latino culture and Latina culture is way underrepresented in movies, but at the same time, we've got overrepresentation of all this other bullshit, and CRT is one of the main reasons behind it. He needs to understand that.
It's so strange, guys. And this is a good analogy. Stephanie Janicek, we get it. It hurts to bother. It bothers me when I think of Mark Hamill makes an ass of himself to sell. I know. I get it. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I saw that, because I'm just like, oh no.
Well, it's notable that Leguizamo actually did have a hand in The Mandalorian this past season. So
Johnny Legs?
Yeah. He played one character, yeah.
Yeah, he did a voice. But the thing is, there's that Disney connection again. And you know what Disney's politics are like. And it's possible that, that he may be trying to tread this path because of getting jobs with Disney. I don't know.
Oh, don't think he wouldn't want some Marvel money.
Yeah.
Mag says, sorry for not being on your live stream. I can catch up with everyone. All good. Group hug, Wendy. Yes, group hug. And Wendy, we're still sending you out healing, mercies, and prayers to you. Thank you for being here. Let's bring in one of my newest producers because Bud Boy Productions. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Good. Meet Andre and Tom. I don't know if you've officially met yet.
Did you know that he's not American?
First time meeting Andre. Pleasure to meet you, Andre.
Hey, it shows you I'm colorblind when it comes to excellence.
By the way, he's also not Latino. Just thought I'd ask if you knew this.
He's the token white guy.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul, this is Tom.
Oh, I've met Matt before. I love Matt. He's great. We've only talked a few times, but he's a great dude already. I've met him.
Yeah. And he produces our Friday night karaoke geeks, Andre. But I wanted him to be here, and I'm trying to get Mexican Iron Man here as well, because we have some good news. Midnight's Edge and Latino Slant have done some good in the community, sir.
Oh, yes, we have. I am very excited to see what we are about to see.
And let me share this. Okay.
Oh,
from Jeffrey Rivas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
From Jeffrey Rivas's Facebook page. This is it's like a quick exchange of money here on a street. I don't know when I can get run over because it's downtown and it's one way, and I'm like,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, hey man, I'm out here, hurry up. So he runs and he has the camera. I'm like, okay, let's take the photo. On behalf of Midnight's Edge and Latino Slant, this is the check here for $4,000 that we just gave to the Latino Theater Center.
Now, didn't Mike?
That's great.
Didn't Mike?
Yeah, we all worked.
I was going to say, didn't Mike back up part of that too?
Yeah, look, there he
Speaking
is.
of the devil,
Yeah.
yes.
What's up, buddy?
Or should I say Diablo since I'm on Latino Slant? Did I get it right?
Mike.
Yeah, you guys are speaking more and more Spanish. I love it.
Point.
You know?
Mike, good to have you here. Perfect timing. Jeff Rivas went on to say, I want to thank Midnight's Edge, Latino Slant, Edward James Olmos, and the cast of Stand and Deliver for the fundraising podcast they did for the Latino Theater Company. Here I am receiving the $4,000 check raised by these incredible people. Paulie Pablito, that's me, handing me the check. Gracias, one and all. And you're seeing here these people are like, working people in the business, all woohoo, thanks, woohoo, hip hip hooray. Great
Dennis
job,
Leone.
fellas.
That is nice.
Dennis Leone. There you go. Deanna Ortelli, Evelina Fernandez, Tom, was the female lead in American Me.
Oh, nice.
There you go. So congratulations, Andre and Tom. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Paulie, because we couldn't have done this without you and without Mike. So when you came with the idea and the suggestion, it was extremely easy to say yes and then support it with absolutely every way that we could, because it's such a great idea, such a good cause, so much fun executing it, that it was just a blast to do, and we hope to do many, many more such events with you guys.
Mexican Iron Man, Mike?
It's a humbling and wonderful moment. As you know, well, I think we both broke up on it. It is without a doubt probably, well, it's without a doubt probably the most meaningful stream or experience I've had on YouTube, and it's one of the most meaningful experiences I've had in my entire life, because to get called out on my super chat by Edward James Olmos and with Lou on there, I just lost it. I dropped the producer mouse and had to walk away, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get back. It's just full circle. It seems like just yesterday I was a kid watching them on screen, and I'm still that kid inside, even though I'm obviously a lot older and bigger. But that kid,
that's on the outside, doesn't count.
Yeah, but on the inside, to see him say, "Hey, Mexican Iron Man's my hero," and all that whole thing that he went through, man, oh man, I tell you, good. And Paulie, it's all Midnight's Edge. Thank you so much for being the channel that you are. You guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being the channel that you guys are. Paulie, thank you for being the amazing person you are, and the crew that's now coming to batten up the T-shirted Pablo, Diego, Matt. We're starting to get an amazing team together. Paulie, you're doing a great. Wonderful job. That being said, I got to take the boys out of here in the next 3 to 5 minutes because Midnight's Edge starts in.
But real quick, I wanted to tell Tom, Andre, and Mexican is as soon as I gave him the check, Jeff says, "I'm talking to Cheech right now."
You should have teased it first, man. Okay,
you guys got to go. You guys got to go.
Oh,
okay, just so you guys know, before he just dropped that fucking bomb, like when we put, I should say it's more like when
take this off.
When Jeffrey and Paulie really pulled the big weight and put together the Stand and Deliver panel, I could not believe that we actually managed to, in some ways, top the Blood In, Blood Out panel, right? Like, I'm still beside myself. I got to meet one of my heroes, right? Like, I got to meet Richie. To me, that was just fucking surreal, right? Like, yeah. And then when Paulie told me what we're planning next, I'm like, that is the only way we can like top that, or at least like surprise people, because everybody's probably expecting us to do a La Bamba panel, which we are going to plan on doing at some point. But when Paulie said, "I got the next one," I'm like, "What?" Born in East LA. I'm like, motherfucker, yes.
Yeah,
I can't wait, because Cheech Marin is a fucking god, right? Like,
yeah, he is.
And we have been trying to get Andre to watch this movie now for what? I
have it. I can't wait to see it. Like, remember, Paulie, the moment you told me what it was about, I was sold instantly. I was like, oh, I got to see this. I went and I procured it the moment that we finished the show. I have it here on DVD right now. Can't wait to see it.
Paulie,
Yeah,
you are amazing, and I just want to say what I see as a fan. I came to you as a fan, as you know, that first live stream. So many, and I knew then, and what I've seen now is you elevate, you educate, you entertain, and you have created a forum whereby things that I used to love, different Hispanic stuff here and there, where I can celebrate it again, and it's not lost forever. And as someone who's watched my Star Wars and my Star Trek be lost, I thank you for keeping these things alive and bringing them back the way you have, and for using them in a way with teaming up on Midnight's Edge and stuff where we can still do good today from the good that we saw that was created, in times gone by. Thank you.
One last thing before the Midnight's Edge guys leave, and I'm one of the Midnight's Edge guys as well. So
There you are.
Yes, you are.
And I'm gonna wrap it up
Mike.
here. Yeah. Well, I mean, you three guys, before you guys leave, technically with those two panels, Tom, we've raised $5,600, correct?
Wow, I think so. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that was one check for $4,000, but before the Blood and Blood Out was $1,600. So
Just think what we can do with the Born in East LA panel, man.
Oh yeah.
Cheech. Ooh, it's gonna be great.
No, so it's not set in stone. We should say that, right? It's
No, but Jeff's talking to him. So we'll circle the wagons and we'll get this going. But thank you guys. I know there's a show. We'll have all of us here in the chat go on over there. We're gonna be done in like minutes.
Right.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Mike.
No, thank you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. Like I said, you and Mike and Jeffrey really do a lot of the heavy lifting behind the scenes. So like we can only take so much praise on that part. We're in fact, like outside of just being there for the most part, what more can we really take credit for, right, Andre? I mean,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like all we do is basically we help out behind the scenes and we provide a slightly bigger platform. But like for these things, it would be nothing without Paulie and without Mike.
Oh, and I forgot the only person he's probably busy, but I've totally forgot to invite R&B right now. But Robert Meyer Burnett's been a part of this as well. So
absolutely,
much
yeah.
love to him as well.
Well, Robert's like our adopted son over there, or our adopted uncle, whatever you want to look at it. Like he knows
It's
that.
part of the family.
Yeah, he is.
All right, guys. His socks everywhere, and no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Well, take off, guys. We're gonna
we'll see you soon over on Midnight's Edge. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Bye, Tom, Andre, and Mexican Iron Man.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Peace and love,
Yes.
guys.
And
Good seeing you.
And T-shirt and Matt, good seeing you again.
Pleasure to meet you too, Andre.
Yeah, or just meeting you for the first time, but in the case of T-shirt, good seeing you again.
Oh,
Yes.
good seeing you again, Andre. And yes, we're definitely going to talk some more Howard pretty soon, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Maybe some He-Man too, if
Nice.
Yes.
such derivative things are at all interesting to you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I grew up. I still have a lot of my toys.
Cool, very cool. All right, we'll be seeing you around very shortly.
We'll see you at our next karaoke stream there, Andre.
Yeah, you'll see me in the audience.
Hey, I had to ask. Take care, Andre.
All right, take care.
Okay, what's new on the slant? I wanted to bring these two gentlemen in. They're producing segments and live shows, and I wanted to talk about that. What's going on this week and every week? T-shirt, did you have a weekly segment?
Yeah, I do 10-minute Mayans, and we actually got a logo and everything now.
Ooh,
Yeah, we're getting
Nice.
pro.
nice. So it's a Mayans MC, the TV show. You every week you do your analysis on it.
Yeah. Basically, I just break down the show and let you know what happened in that episode, my thoughts on it, and of course highlights of the show, and maybe some little historical bits here and there, because I love the fact that they're using Mayan glyphs and things in the show, and that kind of cool.
So we try to make that for you guys every Tuesday or Wednesday. We do have the new one, so I got to check it out, and we'll get it up for you. But T-shirt is part of the familia, and we're really lucky to have you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And I promise you, the second one is a lot better than the first.
I like the first one. I like the first one.
You'll love the second one better then.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is Big Steve. That is a great reminder. We've had a lot of people here, and only 26 likes. So hit the like. It helps the channel's algorithm. There's been a little bit of YT suppression this past week. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, make sure if you make sure right now, make sure that you are subscribed. So, but Matt, what do you have every Friday night for us?
Ooh, well, after last week's awesome Karaoke Geeks, I must admit it was a great show we had last Friday. It was fun to get non-members in singing and having a good time with us as well, like, and having a free-for-all. So that was really good fun. But this week we've got something special planned. We are doing a battle of the decades. So we're going to do 60s versus 90s. So yeah, some quite different styles of music going to be sung on that night. And I'm going to put a shout out now to all the wonderful people in the chat about membership. If you're not members, become a member. Trust me, you'll love it. Get involved with Karaoke Geeks as well. Come on, sing with us, have a good laugh. It's all just a bit of fun. Like, you know, don't take it seriously. None of us do, so it's all good.
No, it's good fun. I mean, let me see. I'm gonna bring this up here. This is the post that we got on our community board. We're starting to use this community board on our channel page a lot. So here is there's Matt's poster and info that he put up. So please become part of that. That's every Friday night. And you're doing a great job, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Like I say, it's good fun. Like, it's nice to, because obviously the Latino slant, I have to say, is probably one of the best communities on YouTube, just for like decent people. So it's really nice to, like, you know, interact with everybody and just get to know people through, like, you know, chats and everything else as well. And then being able to see you guys in person on camera having fun with us as well, that makes it even more beautiful. Like, so let's keep this wonderful community going and see if we can grow it some more. Yeah.
Great, man. Great, man. Let me see. Might want to clear things up about SOA since that show came before Mayans MC.
Sons of Anarchy.
T-shirted. I don't think he's there.
No. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm furiously typing in the chat, and I didn't want anybody to, hear me just clacking away at it.
Gotcha.
Okay, James. Yeah, I'm happy to clear up things about Sons of Anarchy. If you've got any specific questions, leave them in the comments, because we love comments. We love comments.
Absolutely.
And if there's enough input from it, I will definitely, do like an episode 0 of the Mayans, where I break down like all the stuff that happens between the Sons of Anarchy and the Mayans, because the Mayans were heavily involved in that show as well.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the channel this week. And I really appreciate your time, Matt Budboy and T-shirted. You guys kick ass, man.
Thank you. You kick ass too, Paulie. Remember that.
Yeah,
this wouldn't be possible without you, dude.
Thanks, brother. Thanks,
Paulie. You've been a big push for me and my success here on YouTube. So I'll always be grateful, brother.
Orale, same. Listen, it all, thank you. Okay, guys, I will say goodbye to y'all, and I want to close it off by talking to the chat one last time. You guys have a good day.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right, peace.
Take care, man.
All right. Wow, what a great hour. That was action-packed. And if you missed it, play it from the beginning. Let me say hello to a couple of y'all, and I'm going to read you your Miranda rights one last time before we get out of here. Sander, hi. Rick, hey, that looks like Paulie. Yep, that's me. TZ Canadian Beer, hail Paulie, love your content. Thank you, TZ. Thank you so much. I'd like to think our content has a lot of thought behind it. And that's important for me because, that's just important. And besides bringing you guys the very best of the Latino culture. Big Steve, who's a member of the channel, have a good day. Later, Paulie. Well, later, brother. Thank you so much. Great show. Cosmic love to you all. Excellent stream. Thank you. Okay. Let's read everyone's Miranda rights one last time. And this is in particularly important for you Latinos. New Miranda rights. There shall be no public flogging of another Latino's success. There shall be no public flogging of another Latino's success. The fact that I have to put this up and create it. Oh, Wokosos, you'll never learn. Well, hopefully you will learn. Hopefully you will learn. And finally, before we take you out with some music, I want to thank my good buddy Mike Clobberin Times. I actually want to congratulate Clobberin Times on reaching 1,000 subscribers. I believe it was this weekend. Yay, Clobberin. Woohoo! He's been our number one dude here on the slant as far as just being the first wrench. I asked him to help me out. Now he might be too big to, no longer be a wrench. I hope that's the case because, his expertise and his love and passion for comic books it helps our channel tremendously, and love having him on. So congratulations, dude. Big time. Congratulations. All right. That is it. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, I'm live here with Force of Light Entertainment. Michelle and Natalie are going to be hanging out with me, and we are going to break down the TV show Who Killed Sarah? ¿Quién mata a Sarah? From Netflix. In particular, the first 2 episodes of season 1. So check out those first 2 episodes and be part of the discussion. That is going to be a fun show. That's this Wednesday night. There's always something going on here. Have a great Monday, guys. Have a wonderful Monday. God bless. I will see you very soon. Paz y delegas.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant. The slant. All right, Paulie, let's go.